Hello, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and we have another good show for you today. This morning we're going to be joined by Detective Tom Munns and Captain Eric Rethemeier, and they're going to be talking about scams. And you'll want to tune into this. It's really important information. After that, we're going to talk to Greg Schultz and Heide with the Shriners, and they've got special events coming up that you'll want to know about. If you know any children out there who need help, medical help with orthopedics and other things, and can't afford it. First, though, we want to thank our sponsors, and we hope that you'll take a listen and that you'll support them. Come right back after these messages. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Juvenile fire setters cause a lot of problems with young adults and children in our community. To help people and parents or anybody with their juvenile fire setter, we have a program down here that will help you get information to pass on to your juveniles and young adults about fire setting and the common problems with that and the dangers of juvenile fire setting program. This is a public service information from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Come out to Spare Time Entertainment and Bowl for Kids' Sake to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southern Minnesota. Start today by forming a team, collecting pledges and bowling for the kids in your community. Call 451-5922 for more information or go directly to our website to set up your online fundraising page. Help change the lives of local children. Raise some money and join us for a great time at Bowl for Kids' Sake. See you there.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us. You know, we've got scams happening all the time, and in fact, my family recently was a victim of a scam, one of the scams that will be talked about here this afternoon or today. And so let's just get started. We'll introduce ourselves in case there's anybody who doesn't know who these fine gentlemen are.
My name's Tom Munns. I'm a detective with the Owatonna Police Department. I've been with the Owatonna Police for about 20 years, a little over 20 years now.
Mm-hmm. And scams is a specialty of yours?
I hate to say it's a specialty, but unfortunately it happens enough that I probably have more experience than a lot of the guys on the department, so that's why I was elected to come up here today.
All right, well, thanks for being here. And
me, I'm Captain Eric Rethemeier.
Yes.
I am the commander of our detective bureau with which Tom works, and I oversee our operations up there. I've been at the police department for 22 years, and I've been at investigations. I'm on my 8th year now, plus some extra time I did when I was an actual investigator some time ago. So I have a little bit of background too, also.
Well, I hope so, because this is important stuff. And so you've got a list of scams right now that are particularly prevalent, right?
Correct.
And then we've also want to talk about awareness. It's kind of hard to prevent these from the law enforcement perspective, but we'll learn a little bit about that and learn a bit about what we can do as the public. So why don't we list out what are these scams that are going on right now?
One of the bigger ones that's out right now, and it happens every year at this time, there's a couple of IRS scams that come out, not run by the IRS, but people claiming to be the IRS. They're contacting people claiming that they have unpaid taxes, and they're demanding that they send a prepaid debit card or a money order to pay that debt off right now, immediately, or they're sending the federal marshals.
Oh my goodness! Anytime somebody says to you, "Send me something in the mail. Send me money. Send me a card. Send me," that's just
and
the government will never do that.
They prey on specific people that are vulnerable. The key with this is to understand that the IRS is never going to contact you for the first time by phone. They're not going to demand that you pay in a certain form. You're going to receive mailings from them first if you owe money. And if you do, don't respond to high pressure tactics on the phone. Just hang up, contact the IRS yourself, something like that, if you're concerned that you do owe back taxes. A lot of times, if you simply walk yourself through it, you can figure out that you don't owe taxes, or that if you stop and think about it, they're not going to contact you the first time by phone and demand that you pay or be arrested. That's not how the IRS operates. So.
So IRS tax scams.
The other one that happens at this time of year, a lot of people are concerned, they're being notified now as we're approaching April 15th, that somebody's already filed taxes in their name. Somebody has gotten hold of their Social Security information, their Social Security number, and they're obviously working someplace else under that person's name to avoid whatever being detected who they really are. When you get those, when you're notified, it's actually fairly common. Unfortunately, it becomes more commonplace each year. You just need to contact, again, the IRS yourself. They'll want an informational report from the police department. There's probably not a lot of investigating that we're going to be able to do.
I want to stop you there and ask this quick question. So you're saying that the scam is that someone will call you and say that someone has taken your filed for under your tax.
No, under this one, the actual scam is not. It's not necessarily a scam. It's just something that's happening along with the IRS. Somebody is legitimately filing under your name.
Okay, because I know that happens.
Yep.
Yes.
And we get calls, I would say, on a daily basis this time of year. And when you get those, you just need to understand that your course of action is to contact the IRS. Once you've contacted them, they'll want an informational report from the police department for those.
So you're saying that the individual themselves who's filing a tax legitimately gets information back that says somebody else has filed already?
Once they or their tax preparer file the taxes, they'll say that there's already been a tax form filed under that Social Security number.
Okay.
So,
right, and that does happen. It's okay.
And that one isn't necessarily. I mean, that's an after the fact thing, but there is a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
As far as other scams, I mean, the one that never seems to go away is we refer to it as the grandparent scam. Grandparents or other persons get calls from somebody and they're in distress, claiming that they're in jail someplace, that they've been in an accident someplace, or they've lost their passport in a foreign country or something like that, and they're wanting money sent right away. You just need to evaluate those things on a case-by-case basis, stop and think through it. Generally, if it's somebody claiming that it's your grandson, I mean, it's okay to refer them back to their parents, things like that. But be very, very careful. Anytime you wire money, it's the same as sending cash. It's almost impossible to pick up. With wire transfers too, people think that, well, okay, I'm going to send it to this location in Seattle, and it's going to be picked up there, so they'll know who it is, so everything's legitimate. Once you wire money, it doesn't have to be picked up with where you sent it to. It can be picked up anywhere as long as they have the transaction codes. So, and then we have a difficult time tracking where it was even picked up. Once we do track it, a lot of times it's in a foreign country. So our hands are pretty much tied with tracking that stuff down. Just need to be very, very careful whenever you're giving out any information, any financial information over the phone. The rule of thumb is never give that information out unless you've initiated the phone conversation and you are 100% certain of who you're speaking to.
And by the way, so this is the scam that happened to my mom, and then my sister got involved as well. It's it was very close. If my mom had the money, she probably would have sent the money.
A lot of people do. These people are very convincing. This is what they do. They're highly trained in it, they're highly skilled in it, and they know what to say.
They do. They do.
People do become victims of it, and then they're embarrassed to tell people, and you can't be. It happens to people, and you need to, once you realize it's happened, you need to report it. You need to contact people.
One of the tactics that we thought of afterwards to use if this ever happened again is to say to the grandson or to whoever is, the impersonator, even if it's your grandchild, can I call you back? What number are you at? Let me call you back, and I'll get right back to you with this. Because they won't give you a phone number to call back.
And the other thing is to turn it on them. They have some personal information that they're able to initiate the call, but they don't have specific information. So ask them questions that only your grandson or your granddaughter would know. Okay, or only a family member would know. And if they're able to answer one thing like the birth date, well, don't give up on that. Then ask them personal things about a specific Christmas event or a specific date that only family members
What
are gonna know
about if you are a grandparent or somebody who would likely fall for something like this, establishing a password with those kids and say, look, if it's you, you're going to give me this password and I'll know it's you.
You can certainly try that. I would still ask multiple questions of them,
yeah.
though. But yes, password is another good thing.
Yeah, birth dates are easy to find. So Captain Rethemeier, Captain Rethemeier, please chime in and let us know what's going on with this in your experience and what can we do?
Oh, well, I will. In our experience, right now we're seeing an increase in these cases. And I think mainly because of the tax one we're running into. Typically we're seeing 2 or 3 a day where people contact us, and those are the ones that people contact us. And last year we had 259 cases that reported to us of tax fraud. So far this year we're at 77 already, so we're more than ahead of last year's pace. And the unfortunate thing that I try to stress to people who are victims of this is there's not a lot we can do in these because they're just, for the most part, generated overseas and beyond what a local law enforcement's abilities are to dedicate staffing to investigate. So my caution that I put out to everybody is just be patient when these calls come in because they're really high pressure. Just to take time to relax and think about it a little bit. And if you need to, recommend that the call, you're going to make a call. You have to place a call and can I call you back? And just create a little bit of time frame there where you have a chance to really think because these high pressure cases will really get you in a world of hurt, financially in a hurry because you send the money out and in all likelihood you're not going to get your money back.
Right. And so if you're a victim of one of these and you've called the police, do the police then notify the FBI, who does kind of have a little more ability to get outside of, the local jurisdiction, and or should the individual contact the FBI?
Our officer is going to recommend that they contact the Federal Trade Commission.
Okay, FTC.
And report it to them.
Okay.
And they're the ones that will do the investigation on it. They have the resources. And chances are, if you report it to them, it's a case that they're already working on.
Okay. So, unfortunately, it's a big problem, and we have very little time. So, just the last thing here, if there's just the top 3 things that you would recommend people do to protect themselves and to respond to this if it's happened to them.
Well, I would never give out information over the telephone. That's the first thing I do is never give over information.
Don't give your social security, don't give your credit card, don't give your checking account.
Nothing at all.
Any personal information, do not give out over the phone.
Do not volunteer it.
Yeah. A lot of fraud is derived through mail theft. I recommend for people, if you are mailing bills or whatever, take those things directly to the mailbox and not leave them in your post office box. Yes. And then lastly, education. We put together a pamphlet on our website which will give information on how to protect your identity. So I certainly encourage people to go to the Owatonna Police Department website and they'll have information, or we have information there that can help give you ideas.
Up on the screen for you right now. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you being here and watching as well. And we appreciate our sponsors, so we hope that you'll watch these messages and return. When you come back, we're going to have the Shriners, Greg Schultz and Dick Heide with us. Stay tuned.
Howdy, partner. Come join in the fun at the 29th Annual Night of Nights Auction, Saturday, April 18th at St. Mary's School in Owatonna.
Doors open at 4 p.m. Admission is only $10. There's new and exciting items to bid on at both the live and silent auctions.
And don't forget to get your car and cash raffle tickets, now on sale for a chance to win $10,000 cash or a new Ford Focus.
There's great food and a cash bar available. You don't want to miss this great event.
So get your cowboy on.
And round up your posse.
Yeehaw!
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
It's back for its 6th year. Express Employment Professionals' annual Refresh Leadership live simulcast Wednesday, April 15th. Learn great leadership principles on how to lead your business, inspire your team, and live an influential life. This year's distinguished lineup of speakers include Damon John from ABC's hit show Shark Tank, motivational speaker and best-selling author Liz Murray, and legendary actor, comedian, and businessman Dan Aykroyd. Register online at refreshleadership.com/live.
Hi, this is Doug Johnson at the Owatonna Business Incubator, a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome you to the incubator. If you're a small business, whether you're existing or a startup, we can help you with office space, manufacturing or warehouse, and free confidential counseling.
Hi, my name is Ryan Gillespie with Bremer Bank Mortgage. By trusting your home loan needs to Bremer Bank, you are guaranteed a personalized, straightforward, and honest experience from application to closing. We look forward to guiding you through your next home purchase or refinance.
Talk to me. Welcome back. I'm Francy Hall, I'm your host, and just as promised, we are here with the Shriners, as you can tell by their bedazzled bonnets.
Fezzes. Fezzes. It's a fez.
Fancy fezzes. So we've got Greg Schultz and Dick Heide with us, and they're talking about something very, very important, and that is what the Shriners do. What is it that they are running around in these gorgeous hats and riding motorcycles and doing other events for? So thanks so much for being here. Would you go ahead and just introduce yourselves again?
Absolutely. My name is Dick Heide. I'm an Owatonna Shriner. And this weekend, well, you want to do the introduction first? I'm sorry.
No, I was asking you. Go ahead, Dick.
This weekend, Saturday, April the 25th, we are having our 18th screening hospital, let me back up, Shriners Hospital Screening Clinic.
Yes.
At the Owatonna Library, Gainey Room on the 3rd floor.
Okay. And this is next Saturday, folks, not this Saturday, but the 25th.
25th.
Yes. So, okay, so Dick, and then Greg?
Yep, and then the following day on Sunday, we're doing our pancake breakfast at the Eagles.
Okay.
That's where we raise funds for events like the hospital clinic and to raise funds for the Shriners Hospital in Minneapolis.
Great. So we know who these two are now. We've got Dick and we've got Greg, and we've got this great event that's happening Saturday and Sunday. Yes. And this event is it's a complimentary screening that's coming up on Saturday.
Yes.
And it's to screen for children who have bone, muscle, or joint conditions.
Yes.
Who need help and can't afford it, and they and their families can get what they need at the Shriners Hospital in Minneapolis.
Yes.
But they have to be screened to find out whether they qualify and all of that. And the screening is taking place in the Gainey Room.
Yes.
At the Owatonna Public Library. And then, the way this can happen is because you guys raise a lot of money. Because this isn't cheap to pay for the kinds of surgeries. I was sharing with these gentlemen that my niece actually, my eldest niece years ago, required serious surgery. She had spina bifida and she needed surgery on her spine, and she got it from the Shriners Hospital in San Francisco. And thank you so much.
That's one of the really unique things about Shriners and why we're Shriners and we love doing it, is our major charitable organization is the hospital. And it's so much fun to see these kids that have so many problems get help, and it's no cost to them or their families. And we continue to do it for no cost, and it's just a wonderful organization, and we feel really proud to represent it.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing that too. And so Sunday, following the screening, there's going to be a pancake breakfast, which raises money, which all goes to the hospital.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And that is where and when again?
That's at the Owatonna Eagles. The Eagles put on the great pancake breakfast. Will be from 8 o'clock in the morning till 12:15. $5 for tickets in advance, $6 at the door. And I know you can buy tickets at our local Ticketmaster at Kotke Jewelry. And I think my son has tickets at Costa's available too, or any of the Shriners. So
okay, yes.
so if you
know a Shriner, maybe you guys should walk around in your hats with your tickets? Then we'll know.
We do.
We do, yeah.
Where and when? I want to be there for that.
We have a good time with our
I
Fezzes.
bet.
Yes.
I love them.
Instantly recognized.
I love them. Can I try one on later?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so what else is going on? There are other things throughout the year that you do to help raise money. One of them, of course, is the parades that will be coming up. We get to see those daredevils riding those small motorcycles. What are they called? What are they called?
Well, every club has a different unit, they're
Okay.
called, and the Owatonna Shrine Club has a clown outfit.
Oh, okay.
And of course, what's a parade without Shriners, and what's a parade without Shriner clowns? And we have 9, 10, 11, depending on the time frame, younger Shriners who participate. We go to 5 or 6 of the surrounding towns, possibly 7 or 8, depending on schedules again. And they're very, very well received.
At the parades.
At
This
the
is the parades
parades.
you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
And we do have a new thing in our parades we've had the last couple of years is we have a motorized picnic table. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I have seen that.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my gosh, that was
So
cool.
it's interesting, it's fun. We cruise down the parade route and sitting on a picnic table.
And so the way you raise money, because clearly you're not walking around in a clown suit asking for money, but is that there's a fee paid for you guys to be there,
Yes,
and that fee then goes to the hospital.
Most parades pay a fee for units that perform
Right.
at them. And then we also do some other events during the year. We have a local golf outing that comes later in the summer that raises funds for the hospital. And then there's other events statewide. We belong to the Zurah Shrine, that's why it says Zurah on the top of our fezzes. The Zurah is the shrine temple based in Minneapolis. And so a lot of those units up there, you'll see they have the motorcycles and the little airplanes and the boats, and we just have a good time and raise money.
That is just, it's so wonderful, and it's so needed, and it's so appreciated, I know, by the families, because again, my family at the time, we were, not very wealthy, and my sister certainly wasn't, and they could not afford it otherwise. So it was an amazing care too, amazing medical
First class care.
What do you do during the screenings?
We pre-screen the children to make sure that it's a condition that we can handle in Minneapolis. We do not treat all conditions at our hospitals. Mainly it's an orthopedic. Nowadays they've added some newer things, but it's the scoliosis, the spina bifida, and the leg, the neuromuscular conditions. And we have a doctor and a hospital nurse on site that we can pre-screen the children just to save them the time that if they went directly up there, maybe they'd be very disappointed and it wasn't something that we can't treat.
So locally here, on site, there at the Gainey Room, we will have somebody there who will be doing that. And
Absolutely.
what about year-round? Where can they go to get a screening?
Just Shriners Hospital.
Okay.
Go on the internet and they'll correspond you to the right location.
The
and
closest one.
They'll take you from there. We've really streamlined it these days. There's no sponsorships anymore. But we like to get involved locally because we have a lot of offerings that we offer as a local club that if they have maybe not too dependable of a car or transportation, we'll provide that up to the hospital for their appointments.
Wow.
We have overnight facilities available to them. And again, it's at a minimal charge, but if that's an issue, that's taken care of.
So the family, if they need a place to stay and they can't afford it, it's either
Absolutely.
low cost or no cost to be able to do that and to get transportation.
Right.
It's always no cost for any child that goes to the hospital. And we've been doing this for 18 years in the Owatonna area here. We primarily cover Steele and Waseca County. And we've had about a little over 150 kids who have
Yes.
qualified to go from this area to the Shrine Hospital and been taken care of. It's just a fabulous thing.
So every year, more kids from this area are able to go because they've been screened and because it's been paid for. So
Yes.
that's coming up. There will be children who will meet the qualifications and who will be able to get treatment.
Right.
You did talk to me about the orthopedics. So just real quick,
it's
the prosthetics.
Yeah, it's fabulous at the Minneapolis Hospital. They make hands and feet and arms and legs for children, and it's fun to go see their shop. It's a premier shop in the world that makes these prosthetic devices, And as children grow and change, they need new ones every year, and they are taken care of till they're...
So that's something too. Prosthetics is something else that is... You know, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
both
for having
of
us.
Thank you for
Dick
having
and
us.
Greg. We
Yes.
really appreciate it. And if you know somebody who could use this service, please tell them about it and let them know that next Saturday up in the Gainey Room, they can go check it out. Come right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Christine Johnson, and I play Annie Bonnie.
And I'm Ron Hager, and I play Long John Silver in LTO's current production of Treasure Island, directed by John Terrell and sponsored by Federated Insurance.
Performances of Treasure Island will be held Friday and Saturday, April 17th and 18th at 7:30, with a matinee on Sunday, April 19th at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday through Saturday, April 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online at littletheaterofowatonna.org.
Don't miss LTO's production of Treasure Island. And if you miss it, I'll make you walk the plank.
You better get there, matey!
Hi, Warren Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
You're on. Hello there, welcome back. Please be sure to join us again for Friday's show, by the way, the Owatonna Clinic on the Move and Senior Place update that we're going to be having. And from now, I'm going to give you an update on the events that are coming up. Amy Swain Hearing Centers is having an open house April 13th through 17th, free hearing aid consultations. Also, Alina Hospital is hosting a free informational session that is about Parkinson's. So if you know somebody who has Parkinson's, there are new treatments available that you should learn about. So come to that. It's April 16th from 6 to 7 p.m. This Thursday, April 16th, is statewide tornado drill day. And so 1:45 p.m. and 6:55 p.m., you'll be hearing those sirens go off. April 18th, Saturday, Alina Hospital is distributing 10,000 pairs of new athletic shoes and socks to kids in need so that they can run around and play and be active this summer. If you know somebody who needs those, be sure that you show up Saturday, April 18th from 9 to 11 a.m. Music Boosters of Owatonna is having a pancake breakfast on Sunday, April 19th from 8 until noon at the Owatonna Eagles Club. Tickets are $5 in advance from your favorite musician or tone music, or $6 at the door. There's going to be a tribute to Barney Anderson at the Owatonna Art Center Sunday, April 19th from 1 to 4. The public is invited. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do come back and join us again for our show coming up on Friday with the Owatonna Clinic and Senior Place.